With a growing movement towards atheism and non-religious stances in modern Western culture, one can say that religion is on its last leg and will soon have to adapt to survive or slowly die in the secular movement. Throughout the last few centuries, religion in the West has seen a significant number of followers leave their teachings and follow a more non-traditional path in their lives. Religion throughout human history has changed and evolved, adapting to the cultures and traditions of its time, which often led to massive growth. History shows that religions never last forever, though, for they are either absorbed by another faith or lost to time entirely. Many of these religions are now seen as mythologies, nothing more than stories that tried explaining the causes of natural phenomena. The greatest influence on religion has been science, and specifically the discoveries that have molded our understanding of the universe. The realization that we are not the center of the universe, that life has come before us, and many other findings opened a new way of looking at the universe and life. And as science increases our scope of knowledge, religion is forced towards areas in which science currently holds no merit, such as the metaphysical, like the soul. I believe with the current expansion of knowledge and philosophy, Western religions are slowly on their way out, and if they do not adapt, will fade into time, joining the long list of dead religions as myths. And Nietzsche's words will ring true. God is dead, God remains dead, and we have killed him. With the continuing spread of democracy and religious tolerance, the number of unaffiliates will rise. This trend can be seen within one of the most religious nations in the world, the United States. Within the US, there has been a surge in the number of Americans who classify as nones, or people with no religious affiliation. The nones, according to a 2012 Pew Research Center study, are actually the fastest growing religious cohort in America, with 20% of the population classifying themselves as such. This large percentage of the population will have strong influence in politics and on future generations of Americans, which will in turn promote religious freedom and tolerance. In Western culture, many countries are considered to be first world countries, or countries that are highly developed, that do not face the same issues as a third world country would, such as hunger, inequality, or low education. Within third world countries, there is a higher tendency to believe in God or a higher deity. Meanwhile, in highly developed countries, religion plays a smaller role, and the separation of church and state is more enforced. As Phil Zuckerman, a professor of sociology and secular studies at Pitzer College says, security in society seems to diminish religious belief. Capitalism, access to technology, and education also seems to correlate with the corrosion of religiosity in some populations, he adds. Taking this into account, if the world at large continues to become more developed, then the number of unaffiliated will continue to rise and eventually surpass the number of people affiliated with religion. Another factor contributing to the decline of religion in the West is the increased development of scientific and technological discoveries. As countries become more developed, there's an accompanying increase in the movement of information through means like the internet. Educational opportunities also increase, allowing more people to learn about how the world works, maybe changing their current perspective on it. With the passage of time, older generations who tend to be more religious will die off, and younger ones replace them and their ideologies. Presented in the TED Talk, Why There Is No Way Back for Religion in the West, is a graph showing the steady decline in the percentage of people who believe God exists and have no doubts about it, according to the year of birth in the United States. From people born in the 1910s, of whom about 75% believe this to be true, compare that to people born in the 1990s, of whom less than 50% believe that God exists and that they have no doubt about it. There is clearly a generational decline, and with time, the number of people who are unaffiliated will outnumber the amount of religious believers. While statistics paint the whole picture of how much religion is changing around the world, hearing people talk to one another about their beliefs is where one can see where the true change is happening. Talking to a pastor, one young man states he believes that there is no God, and the only thing that exists is the present moment, that there is no afterlife, or there is no ethereal plane. While some people see this as a grim view on the universe, he speaks about how it's the person who determines how they live their lives, and that religion has been used as a front for people's behaviors and actions. He believes that people can live purposeful, productive, and happy lives without holding any religious beliefs, and other people in the same video also generalize the same thoughts and ideas. By seeing this conversation take place, one can see a trend coming from within young people. It simply isn't just choosing to not believe in God, but rather it's a new way of thinking about the world and our place in it. No matter who you are or what you believe in, we are all equally unique and capable of great things. In conclusion, with the evident decline of religious affiliation in the West, the rest of the world will join the secular movement in time. If religion doesn't adapt to the challenges it faces, then modern religions will slowly fade away.